Hi Sagittarius, this is going to be your art channeled message. I channel messages through art, creativity. I really hope my messages inspire you to see the art within yourself, within your journey, within everything around you, because everything is like art. We interpret many different things in many different ways, including ourselves. So let that inspire you as well to be kind to yourself, be gentle with yourself. You're constantly learning, you're constantly changing each and every day, kind of like how art develops and it starts from a blank canvas. We all start from zero, we all start from somewhere. So don't be too hard on yourself. If you'd like a personal reading, a personal message, all of that information can be found, as well as some details and steps, can be found in the description box below. And there's no rules here, so everyone is welcome. Anyone can watch them. There's no rules whatsoever, so watch what's recommended to you. Watch it however it finds you. I think I already said you can binge watch them, just literally anything you want. Without further ado, what I started drawing for you is what I swear looks like teeth biting down on something. It kind of creeps me out because they don't look like a normal smile. They look like they're from a skull or the remains of someone. I don't think this has anything to do with your message theme, but I'm getting this vibe of remains being found or remains being identified. Like a cold case solved, a cold case identified in some way, shape, or form. A cold case can reopen like a mouth opens and closes. So maybe that's why I was getting it. It's already starting to make sense. Perhaps I'm getting this for you, Sagittarius, because it's a location matter or a zodiac matter. I don't know, but it's what I'm channeling, and I can't just sugarcoat it and say I'm not getting it. But it definitely has nothing to do with your message. Yours is more of like the metaphor, the comparison. I always say this. If you're a longtime subscriber, you'll know. But this is unexpected, like true crime twist, which I've never really done before or got before, but... And I don't take this as there's danger or you should be concerned. I think it's a different matter that associates with the drawing I did, like, you feel me? For you, Sagittarius, I'm getting open and shut case. I get this energy that something is not so simple. It's not an open and shut case. It's much more complex and it's much more detailed than that. It kind of reminds me, or it's kind of like how idiot cops miss crucial evidence or screw up investigations, which happens a lot, or they even tamper with evidence because they're trying to cover something up, or maybe they're actually involved with the case. That happens a lot as well. There's a reason people go into the certain fields, like the army, the police force, or any position of power. It's to usually hide something, or it's to take something out on innocent people. Not always, but only the ones with negative intentions. I'm seeing this as a metaphor for things not being at all how they appear for you. Like, not at all. Nothing is as it appears. It's like how they, this is gonna sound dark, it's just a comparison. It's like how they rule something out, a suicide, but it was actually murder, or there's something deeper involved. I feel like that can be compared to your life right now. It's like, it looks like this, you should think it's that, but there's really more, and I feel like you even get the inkling that there's more to it, more to a situation. Back to the unexpected true crime twist or true crime channeling, I'm getting to the reason I channeled that for you, Sag, is because this is a very long, ongoing cold case that involves a Sagittarius individual. Like, that's their sign. And remember, you have no ties to this. It's just additional because I think it has to do with the zodiac itself. This could potentially be a well-known decade-old type case that left many with no answers, no closure, no nothing. I'm even getting the case itself is a Sagittarius season. It occurred during that time. You know how even topics, movies, non-living things can be assigned a time or a birth chart? That's what this is. I remember one time I saw someone analyzing the birth chart for Titanic, and basically the planets, the positions on that day or like opening weekend proved and backed up that it would be a massive hit. It would be like a very famous, successful movie, especially in the box office. That's an example. This is so much. Like, I've never done something like this before, but I'm hype. Like, I'm into it. It's like something is going to be solved. And it has to do with Sagittarius energy or Sagittarius season. It occurred during that time. And I believe that's around December. So maybe this isn't even going to happen yet. And I'm also picturing Sagittarius, you know, the bow and arrow. It's like right on target. It's like solving something. Right on target, right on the money. I feel like that even applies to you in a way. You're right on target. You don't have to accept something when you know something else is being hidden. You know what I mean? So, I think I'm going to get cards. That is a lot to take in. But for you, Sag, it was open and shut case. Something is not open and shut, or it shouldn't be treated as such. Isn't it crazy though, like, reading aside, how so many cases are treated that way? When, you know how many innocent people are probably in jail right now? Or how many people didn't get their justice because the investigation was done wrong from the get-go? That's really sad to me. It's not okay. We have the Ten of Wands. I'm getting this in regards to the cold case thing I was getting. Like, something cannot be hidden for much longer. It's becoming a burden. I feel like something is going to be revealed about a cold case because someone feels guilt, or someone is buckling. I'm getting buckling under the weight or buckling under the pressure of concealing it. So maybe the reason I was getting the police department is because the police department is involved. I don't mean to laugh. That's more like nervous laughter. I feel like the police department is involved in this. It's like, this is hard to keep up with. I'm even getting this energy of something that's been reopened, like opened and shut, like a mouth. I drew a mouth. Something was opened and closed several times, and each time they're like, phew. They didn't catch it. They don't have all the evidence, all the answers, but it's hard to conceal it. I'm getting like the more technology advances, like technology advancements. It's true though, like forensics and all that type of stuff isn't the same way as it was like 20 years ago. Yeah, I'm getting the Queen of Cups. It's nerves or guilt. Is eating someone alive, surprisingly. In regards to this case, Nine of Cups. Bad energy behind this. Remember I was getting, I don't know why I even brought that up, but I was getting like police officers and certain people in positions of power, they go that route or they choose that career sometimes due to like psychological reasons, like wanting power, wanting control. That's what this is. Like I always want what I want. I know I can get away with it. Like that's what the arms crossed say to me. Wish fulfillment, I'll always get what I want. I'll always get away with it. Even though I almost got caught a few times. And for some of you, Sag, you're not involved in this in any way. I feel like this is a decade-old thing. It's not something new. It's not like there's a serial killer on the loose. I feel like this something in your area. Maybe there's emphasis on Sag as well. Like if you're a Sag watching this, it's confirmation, because maybe you live in a state, or maybe you live in a town where there's a well-known case that people still talk about, like a kind of like an old tale or a legend of some sort that people still talk about. I feel like this has to do with it. And I feel like it doesn't help if that's the case, that people are still talking about it, because they remember. They remember. I feel like people actually still care about this case as well. That doesn't help. Well, it does for whoever needs justice, for whoever needs to be found. And this is gonna sound weird, but I feel like the mouth, the remains thing I was getting with the skull, it wasn't a smile. It's like someone was being prevented from showing their emotions or speaking their truth or something. That's part of the reason why this happened. Whoa, like this goes much deeper than I thought it would. Someone was being silenced because they were about to reveal something much deeper and much darker. And then, did you see the Four of Swords before I shuffled on the bottom of the deck? Silenced, as in put to an end, as in, like, put in the ground or something. Just put to rest. You're not alive to tell the tale. Not you, the case. I know it's probably annoying I keep trying to say what it is and what it isn't, but some people can be very sensitive, which is fine. It's just I don't want there to be confusion, like, what do you mean I'm gonna find remains? What do you mean? Like, no. It's just channeled info. Okay. The sun. Something will be discovered. And then for you, Sag, I was getting, instead of like discovered remains or discovering a case being like opened again, solved, you're going to realize like you don't have to accept things like at surface value. It's like what's on the outside, what can be seen. I like this. It screams discovery. I feel like some of you are even inspired by detective work, where you're in this energy of a detective solving a case. Look at how he's examining that. It's almost like I'm picturing someone examining evidence or looking at the facts, looking at what's in front of you and coming to your own conclusions. Yeah, you're coming to your own conclusions, Sag. You're not letting anyone give you the conclusion. Yeah, you're not listening. Well, you're open to other perspectives is what I'm getting. You're open to like fate. You're open to synchronicities, I suppose. Wait. Judgment is all about things coming back from the dead. A case that was closed is now opening up again. So for you, Sag, I'm getting something that you thought was over is not actually over. And then for this case, something is definitely coming to the surface again, and I don't think someone's gonna like it. Someone's hiding so much information. I'm even getting something about like 10 files, 10 people, 10 things. It's crazy. Judgment. I'm also getting fear of judgment, like fear being judged, because they can't be judged in the position they're in. They have to be an example. King of Swords. Yeah, they have to be an example. They have to be smart. I feel like this is actually a smart person, but not in a good way. Like, they shouldn't get away with it, but they do because they're skeevy. It's the first word that came to me, skeevy. Skeleton, skeevy. This also weirds me out because I'm seeing the King of Swords right now as someone, like, look at how, like, that person has no emotions. There's nothing, oops. There's nothing there. Blank. Blank eyes, blank face, blank expression. Could it be, like, an actual mental disorder? This person's not right in the head. Page of Swords. But once again, they're very smart. They do their research. And I feel like this person even looks in at the case. Just like I compared you looking at the case with, like, You're not taking something at surface value, but this person is always researching the case, always keeping up with it. And I was even getting that as a collective level, always keeping up with it. This is a very different reading. I really hope you guys get something from this regardless, even though I'm getting a little of both. It's very scattered energies, but I'm just going with it. Things are flowing with me right now. Feel very connected. Never felt connected to a reading like this before. It must be very important. I'm being serious. For you, Sag, I'm getting pay attention to demeanor, facial expressions, eyes. As I've said previously before, eyes are definitely the window to the soul. You can tell a lot about a person by just looking at them, seriously, especially if you're energy sensitive. You're good at picking up character. You see beyond the veil, that's what I like to say. Listen to that. Listen to that. It's almost like metaphorically, you're taking on the energy of a detective as well. You're going to figure something out. Perhaps you're going to figure something out about someone that's close to you, someone that you love, someone that you thought you could trust. The Fool. But even getting like sarcasm, I'm not a fool. You took me for a fool and I'm not a fool. Renewal, judgment, coming back. I'm even getting something about coming back to yourself. You're dying, Sag, but you're also like being reborn. I'm even seeing the sun with the child. It's like born again. It's like you're starting back from when you were a child. Or you get like a restart of some sort. Or like the divine is giving you a chance to start over. Perception. Not only are you perceiving things correctly, beyond like the surface value, I feel like you're also going to discover something. And notice how she senses it before she turns her head. So maybe this came full circle. Maybe some of you, the only way you would know is if you're a psychic. You know, some psychics have solved crimes, some birth charts have solved crimes. Perhaps if you do that for a line of work, wasn't expecting to mention that, which is ironic considering I'm a reader, but I feel like you're going to sense something and then find it right afterwards. Or you're going to have a dream about something, dream about a specific location or a location you never dreamed of, and it's like, wait, does that look like California? Does that look like Arizona? Does that look like New York? Something like that. You're actually going to see it with your own eyes. It's like you're going to be solving a case. And I feel like this doesn't just apply to like maybe something as serious as a collective case, something that's been going on for years that everyone knows about, but this is also going to be like a tight-knit thing. It's like, I see you for what you are, I see beyond this cold face. I don't know why the King of Swords is really giving me the heebie-jeebies right now. And I never say the heebie-jeebies. I don't even know where that came from. Maybe the heebie-jeebies is a reference to something. Let's see. This evidence will be impossible to ignore. Workaholic. You're working very hard right now. I'm almost picturing workaholic as like how detectives have like all these papers and locations with those lines on the board, and they're just observing, analyzing. They're determined. They actually care about the family receiving justice. They actually care about the case. faith. Have faith because the truth will be revealed. What's done in the dark always comes to light, as cliche as that sounds. If you've been getting, some of you are struggling in a work environment, maybe no one will believe you about a certain person. I don't know why mirroring is coming to me, because it looks like they're doing the same activity or at least the same job. So maybe someone's going to tell on themselves by mirroring. Soulmate. So like, it's close. Just like these two are close. The answers are closer than you think. And maybe the enemy is within the family, or within friendship, within work, within, I don't know why I just said within your cubicle. Isn't a cubicle a small work environment? Yeah, you see with your hand. You feel it. I'm even getting the sensation of actual, like, feeling. Your senses are moving through your hands. And I'm seeing this as a snail. This took a long time. And I'm not really getting too much, like, in-depth info on your situation, Sag, but I feel like no matter how you view my readings, you'll always get something from it in some way, shape, or form. Whether it's a piece of advice, something that you thought was going on, but this is your confirmation. And for some of you, this is as deep as you solving an actual crime. Because I know some tarot readers have actually done that. There's this guy on YouTube that does true crime tarot, so maybe I'm channeling him. There's so many of them that do that, which I love. It's because we need more of that. People deserve justice. People deserve closure, more importantly. Let's get a Bob Ross card, and I'm going to end this because this is a very long reading. 2 came out. Okay. We have, if I paint something, I don't want to have to explain what it is. There's this energy of you not wanting to explain yourself, Sag, because maybe when you explain yourself, no one believes you. I know with some people, for example, if they have a vision, or if they see something, maybe they have a gift, people can and will call you crazy for that if they want to, or if they don't understand it. It's all from a biased point of view. So don't worry about that. Just explain yourself. They'll either be with it, or you just keep it moving and keep believing in what you believe. You can move mountains, rivers, trees. You can determine what your world is like. I'm seeing move mountains, rivers, and trees as supernatural gifts. Like the comparison of the two, like, wow, you can move mountains, move trees. It's like the power is within you. You can change this situation, or you can change whatever is going on. It's like you're the justice card. This reading has so many turns, it's unbelievable. And I'm also seeing mountains, rivers, and trees as location. Remember I was getting that? Something important about mountains, rivers, and trees. And not to get all gross or weird, but usually in secluded places is where things are hidden. It could be many things. Just what's done in the dark always comes to light, eventually. Or it should. I just want everyone to get justice. I want everything to be illuminated for what it really is. It's like you're the detective in your own world, though, Sag. Maybe that's exactly why it was compared, even though it's a separate thing. It's a separate case. No pun intended. Or pun intended, actually. Okay, Sagittarius. That was the most interesting reading I've probably done this month. Please like, subscribe, support the channel in any way you can. I would really, really appreciate it. And yeah, continue in that detective energy. And we'll see how this turns out. Because this feels like a cover-up. This feels like a cold case revealed. Notice how we have the sun here, not the moon, or not both. Because the sun and the moon is very contradicting energy. We don't have that, we have this. So if that doesn't help you have faith, I even got the faith card underneath there. If that doesn't give you a sense of faith or comfort, I don't know what will. Okay, guys. Bye.